We have a bag of parts, some screws, bolts, Allen wrenches, 4 cushions, and a nicely wrapped plastic wrap set of wood frames. Put them on this magnet over here. Holds them in there tightly. Stop. It's Hampton Bay, warranted. Home Depot. Keep your receipt. Pictures of parts that are damaged. Your name, model, UPC number of your item. Take a picture off the box and gather all that before you call customer service. Here's the phone number. Okay, that's what they're going to look like when they're finished. Yeah, and I have white cushions, so I'm going to have to store those in some kind of bag. Screw, couple bolts. There's all the pieces. 32, 40, about 58 total pieces, including the 2 Allen wrenches. Got all the wood frame pieces in the wood frames, cushions. Okay, first thing we're going to do is attach the side F to part M and part K. Alright, we have these 2 FF screws that are going to go in the back of this piece into the side frame and then into the back frame. And then we got 2 sets of these where you take the long GG bolt, put it through this little screw, through this little thing, and then this one's going to come up on the bottom and I guess hold it in place like that. Got 1 set here, 1 set here. We wasted some time on this DD bolt. It shows you use it, you screw this little nut in here, you push it up from the bottom, and the GG bolt is going to thread through. Well, this DD bolt, then you'll remove it. You don't leave them in there. Of course, they don't fit. They're way too long. So this is just used to hold this little nut so that the opening is pointing outward, and when you put the GG bolt in, tighten it, then pull this out. That's why they only give you 2, a spare one. So this is the long bolt. It's going to go through here, come out here, and then it's going to go through this hole. And then this is that nut I was talking about. We're going to hold that so that the hole is perpendicular to the bolt coming in. That's going to go in here. We're going to push this little tab in this slot, and then once we get this nut attached, we'll pull this screw off. Alright, let's give it a try. Pull this out. It's just in the slot here. Like that. Push this bolt in. Line this up. You have to wiggle this to get it to line up. Here we go. Okay, loosen that one out. That's the trick. I'll put a couple of screws in the bottom here. I'm not going to tighten them all the way until I get this built all the way. Okay, we're going to push that down. You got these going in the holes in the side, and then this here has to line up with that slot. Okay, and that should do it. Now we have to put another one of those double bolts on both ends. I got this one down in here, and I start this one, and I can feel it's attached already. Okay, we're going to put this on now, and remember that those screws have to go through here and here, like on the other side. So this is going to go above the seat, below the seat. down in here. You want to make sure when you push this screw in, that's lining up with that hole right there. And I did use a drill, and then I stopped. Make sure when you tighten these down, use the Allen wrench so your drill bit doesn't strip these heads out. The hex head are not the strongest, and they will strip out if you get overzealous with them. Okay. We got 4 to put on the bottom, and we'll tighten those up with the Allen wrench. Alright, now we have the tabletop on the next set. We'll put these legs in, just push the bolts into the holes in the wood, attach the washer and nut, and tighten it up. Alright, we got 2 chairs done and the table done. 4 legs, that was easy. The same build as before. Put the bolts and the holder in here, double screws down here, bolt and holder here, double screws down there. Get the back end, we're going to put the bottom in through these holes and then put the bar across the front. Little trick I found, now that I'm nearing the end, is push this bolt all the way in so it comes to the hole, and when you put this starter you can feel it hit the bolt, and then pull this one back a little bit and just go down with this a little bit, because it only has to go down that far. That way it's easier to start. So I'll pull this out, hold that, go down just a hair, and then start turning, and it attaches exactly correctly and immediately. Alright, so we have the bottom in. Remember that these slats go up underneath here. They're just kind of gingerly sat in these holes. Keep pressure on these edges here. Not like that. Same process as before. We have to screw some screws to hold the bottom into the sides, and then there's a middle leg we have to put on. We put the bolts in from the right side, the back, and we have the nuts, insert nuts on this side. We're just going to hold it with the Allen wrench on one side and turn on the other. Okay. I had to bring this up here. These heads don't last very long, so be careful. By the way, I took one of the Allen wrenches, I grinded it off and used it as my bit, so it's a perfect bit for these bolt heads. The last step is these plastic caps to put on the back. I'm not sure I'm going to do those. I'm going to wait anyway to see if I have to tighten things up if they squeak, but I don't know if these are needed. Comfortable, even though it's got plastic on it?